Hello, horror fans! Once again, it's the Horror Miser Monty G, and yes, it's time to do a recap of last night's nice episode of The Purge. Now, in this particular episode of The Purge that happened last night, we got some more stories moving along. We finally found out what happened between Janet and David, and that's pretty interesting to find out what happened. I have some commentary about that particular part, but we'll save that for later. But we finally found out that our masked friend guy, he actually gets top billing in this particular episode. Yes, and we found out that this guy's name is Joey, and he gets the flashback this episode. We find out that he is a welder for this company. He works with his father, and he seems to be a pretty nice guy. He's unfortunately unlucky at love, but he seems to be a nice guy. Unfortunately, things take a turn for the worse when they get laid off without any type of warning. Boo! And he wallows in self-pity for like a long time until he hears that Purge motivation speech that we've heard him listen to all this time, and he decides to take action to his own hands and goes out and purge. But no, he's not to hurt anybody. As we see as the episode begins, where it left off last week, he literally beats the crap out of those three guys. I mean, he kicks their ass. And he saves the guy. What the purpose of this guy's doing? We really don't know yet. And once he gets back into his van listening to more of his motivational speech, we see that GPS in his van come off. And what? We actually have a picture of Janet. Where did he get that picture from? Questions and more questions, and we still don't know what's his true motivation. Why is he trying to save people? Now, our couple, Rick and Jenna, are running through the streets trying to make it back home. They're being chased by these two purgers, while their neighbor, who they chastised back in episode 1, starts laughing at them. They finally make it back inside, and they're safe and sound, but Jenna's still kind of worried about Lila. She keeps trying to call her, but she won't answer her phone. And poor Rick, he's just pissed off. He's to the point where he decides that the reason why he wanted to do this is because he didn't want their daughter to keep thinking that she's pregnant with a girl. Doesn't want to grow up to be the poor sad sack that he was back when he was young. She did not want her to suffer. But Jenna is pissed off at him, saying that, we just saw the Stantons shoot somebody right in front of you, and it looks like you were willing to make those sacrifices for the good of your soul. It looks like you want to sell your soul for the devil. Anyhow, they decide to call it a night, and they're getting ready to go to bed, but Lila's still trying to get in contact with Lila. Now, it's pretty interesting that Rick asked her that she still loved Lila. She says no. She's still trying her best to get in contact with her. And to the point where she finally gets an answer from her phone, but it's not Lila, it's someone that says, Lila's dead. Oh, the devastation, the sadness, the sorrow. She holds her stomach, and it looks like she's about to bust out in tears. For a person who says she doesn't love somebody, it looks like she just lost the love of her life. Well, anyhow, they decided that she's hungry and he wants to feed the baby. And then all of a sudden, someone's banging at the door. Let me in, please let me in. They look at the cameras, and of course, lo and behold, it's Lila. Are they going to let her in? Oh, what's in store for this couple now? Oh boy, things are about to get interesting for these three. Now, what's going on with Miguel and Penelope? Well, not much is happening here. Henry boasts about how much he's going to kill the both of them. He explains to them how he's going to poke out his eye and tells them what he's going to see. Once he bursts the cornea, he's going to see a whole bunch of multiple colors, and then his eye goes black. And all Henry does is talk. And of course, guess what Miguel does? Yes, he kicks his ass again. And they get out of the carnivore flesh switch tent. Looks like he ran out of time. They eventually tried to escape from the carnivore flesh, and Penelope also sees another member of her cult there as well. I think something is up the foot. But that's basically all we get out of these two characters. Really, not much happening between these two, and that storyline is starting to become a bit flat and dull. Really not going anywhere like that. Hopefully, they'll have something better. Now, of course, I've saved the best for last because what happened to Janet and David when they finally meet up in this episode is perhaps one of the best and most, I guess you say, very controversial things I've seen on television in a while. But I'm not surprised because The Purge really does take things in stride, especially the way things are going on in today's society. But basically, Janet tells David that she hired an assassin and he was there to kill her, but she put a stop to it. And David, he's not even fazed by it. As a matter of fact, he actually congratulates her. He said, good for you. It's about time you decided to take charge and take what you want. That's what I expect from you. He said, you've been wasting and wasting and wasting instead of just taking what you want. And Janet is shocked by this. So he decides to take her on a tour to his, I guess, mansion or house, whatever you want to call it. So when David tries to get Jane to go into this elevator, she backs out and tries to escape. But then she finds the assassin dead. Oh no! No wonder she couldn't get in contact with her assassin. She was dead already. And of course, David tells her, "This is what you get when you send a woman to a man's job." Hit number one. So they eventually takes Janet to this dungeon, and we see a whole bunch of men running around, and we have these women tied up and hanged up while the men just doing anything that they want. And then David goes on this little tirade about the PC crap that they had to put up with, and if he touches a woman wrong, he'll get sued. He'll lose all his money. He talks about his father when they were back in the good old boy days, when there was no blacks and no women. It was just the good old boys, and they could do anything when they want. Now, because of the Purge, this will allow us to release our frustrations and do anything what they want, and the woman can't do shit because they've been promised that as long as they don't move or do anything, they'll let them leave before the night is over. And Jane, she's just pissed. She tells him, you know what, David? You are a pig! You're disgusting! I should have never called off that assassin. I should have went on ahead and killed you. So, of course, David has his goons, security guards, get ready to tie Jane up, and he has his nice little line, "In America, great." Now, you got to give William Baldwin credit. He really played a nice scene there. He and Amanda Warren, who plays the Janet character, they both had some great back and forth in there. I actually found the scene very good and also very disturbing. And this is what the Purge does, because it takes society's norms, or I should say old norms, and put it on display. Because if, let's say for example, if the Purge were real, and you have some of these guys that liken back to the good old days, back in the 50s, where they could do anything they want, where men were men, and it was just a man's world, and there were no blacks or no women in there, as opposed to what we have right now. It really plays parallel what's been happening in today's society, along with, you know, the guy named I should say the judge, Mr. K. And I thought it was excellent, but it was finally a bit disturbing, because it's the one thing I can't stand the most. One of my pet peeves is men who take advantage of defenseless women just because they think they can, because I'm a man, and you're going to do as I say because I'm the better gender. That's a bunch of bullshit. So yeah, even though it was great, and I know it's fiction, it still disturbed me a bit, because no man has no right to put their hand on a woman, whether she wants to or not. So yeah, and that's what happened at the episode there. So like I said, a lot of things happening. I'm pretty sure that Janet would like to have the matron saints come to her rescue, and I'm pretty sure that she would like to take that brand of pig and stain it on his forehead. It wouldn't surprise me that something like that would happen too. So, my horror fans, what you thought about last night? So, did you actually find that scene with David and Janet a bit disturbing or a bit off color? And what you thought about the rest of the episode? Leave your comments down in your comment section below and tell me what you thought about last night's episode of The Purge. And, well, that's my video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up and like because it does help the channel out a lot. And once again, if this is your first time here, please hit the subscriber button and ring that notification bell. That way you can come and enjoy the horror experience with me, the Horror Miser Monty G. And as always, all my social media links will be down in the description box below as well. Once again, keep in mind, I will have a special announcement coming this Sunday. I'm also going to be having a live stream with some of my friends on Facebook. I will leave a link in the description below. It's going to be a great time. Basically, we're going to talk about the upcoming Halloween movie that's getting ready to come out soon, and any other things horror related. Just something a little different I decided to throw together. So, once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G. And always remember, horror rules. I will see you guys later. I'm out.